Hello, my lovely Sagittarians. Thank you for coming to my channel, stopping by. Now, just to introduce myself, I'm Robert from Grey Moon Tarot, and I hope you had a chance to have a little read in the description bar, a little bit about me first. If not, I will give you a little brief background. I've got a tendency to babble, so I'll try and keep it brief, I promise, before we get on with the reading. I discovered that I had a connection with spirit when it came to tarot about 2 months ago. I've always been fascinated with tarot and I've had tarot cards for a while, but I got a new deck in at the start of the year and I felt really connected to them. So I was just doing a little bit of reading on a little bit of reading up, sorry, about how to kind of connect with the cards, and I was really shocked to find the results that I was kind of getting stories right. I've done a couple of personal readings for people who have been quite amazed with the readings I've came away with for them and the information that I got from the cards, which went with their story. So I decided, well, it was decided for me. I was lying just relaxing and something popped into my head. Tarot reading. It was for Gemini, right enough. First of all, so this is my third video. The reason I started with Gemini was purely because it was their birthday month. There's no favouritism at all, and I've just been working my way through the signs. But I hope you enjoy the reading, find it insightful, and maybe get something from it. It's a general energy reading, excuse me, a general energy reading, and my belief and understanding of general energies is that it can last anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. And you might think there's a situation or an energy in there that you've dealt with fairly recently, or maybe even slightly longer ago in the past. Just like to say, it's amazing how these things come back around. They sure can come back around. So just be aware that these energies are within the Sagittarius sphere. And yeah, if you end up dealing with them in the next few weeks, it's not a curse I've put on you, honestly, it's just the messages I've been given. So I understand that this reading won't probably resonate to every single person out there, but this is the messages I've been given to share with you today. Also, just to point out, if you've not read my description, that because I am fairly new to this and don't have the full in my head knowledge of every single card, I have made some notes just to try and ensure that I get the most accurate messages across to you. So we're going to get on with your reading just now, and we'll start off at the top. Yeah, just to point out, sorry, I've got the cards facing me. It's a 9-card spread, but there was 2 cards that popped out as well, but we'll go over them later. I think I'm being more guided to sort of talk about the main reading first before we look at the 2 cards that jumped out the deck whilst I was shuffling. So we'll get started then with the Pope card. The Pope card, there he is, 2 people in front of him. Nice imagery on that card actually. I just almost forgot. The deck I use, and there's lots of brilliant readers here on YouTube, lots of fantastic readers who are really good and a real inspiration to me as well. I'm not trying to steal any of their limelight at all, let me assure you of that. They use a whole manner of different decks, and some wonderful decks out there, really interesting and fascinating imageries on them. I was drawn to go for this Marseille Tarot deck. I don't know why. It was just I got a new deck at the start of the year, and I was just drawn to it, and I seem to have connected fairly well with it. So I'm really impressed with the results so far. So anyway, enough of the babbling. I did warn you. You can't say I didn't warn you. So the Pope card is a card of marriage, alliance, goodness, and intentions, which is always good. The Pope, you can see him, he's blessing a couple there, so I always like to think of that as like a marriage card. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It can just mean like a good happy situation. The next card that came out was the Queen of Batons, and she's a friendly, loving queen. She's very honourable, and it's actually a good omen for business. If you're a queen of wands, or queen of rods, or queen of batons, however you want to call it, if you're a queen of wands character, then even if you're male, you can still be a queen of wands. you know, you're very likely to be quite successful in business. So yeah, good for you. It's a really good omen for it. The next card that came out here is a very, very interesting and powerful card. Again, for Major Arcana. I mean, that's even in the top line there. There's two Major Arcanas that have come out. And there's another three in this reading as well, one of which jumped out the deck when I was shuffling. So there seems to be a real powerful message coming in. So the Tower card. The Tower card is a card of you know, it can be distress and adversity. It can also be like a shake in your foundations. Now, is that always bad? No, of course it's not always bad. Sometimes we need a wee shake. Sometimes we get stuck completely in a rut. You know, if I look at the story at the top here, you've got this marriage coming in. You've got this, you know, it could be that the marriage is coming in, and you know, being a fire sign, kind of card, the fire energy in there. It could be that, you know, well, this has been a change. This has been a really positive change. This is shaking my foundations, but it's been exactly what I need. So no, let's not look it upon completely negative, because even, you know, something, even if it has been a bad thing. I mean, I'm not seeing any heartbreak or anything here. I'm not seeing any, you know, in terms of marriage, I'm not seeing anything overly negative here at all. Without, you know, completely opposite. So I just think it's maybe just like shaking you a bit, like, wow, I actually went and did that. Possibly, you know, that's one of the connotations of that reading there. Or it could be that the marriage has, you know, had you move to another country or something along those lines, and that has completely shaken your foundations. So, you know, I don't want anyone thinking that the Tower card is necessarily for bad. It can be, you know, it can be a distressful situation. You know, I'm not going to lie, but you know, I'm not seeing any heartbreak in here. I'm not seeing anything kind of really to worry about anywhere else on the cards there. So, you know, let's take the positives from it. Let's try and be positive today. I try and be positive most days. It's not always working, but there we go. Okay, so we've jumped down the line and we've got Earth sign, Earth energy. I'm an Earth sign, so I'm quite biased. I do apologise. I do love fire signs though as well, and water signs and air signs. I love you all, honestly. The Queen of Coins. So she's a card of generosity, security, liberty. And what is a queen? What is a queen? Well, the queen can be a male as well. A man can display the queen energies. So, you know, it could be that this marriage has brought you some security. You know, you feel, you know, secure and safe in this marriage, and or this situation that's came in. And I'm saying marriage, this alliance, let's call it. This alliance has brought you some security. You know, definitely, definitely. Now, the wee Madam Queen in the middle here, she's not such a friendly character, but do you know what? We don't like everyone we meet in life, do we? Let's be honest. So the Queen of Swords, she talks about female sadness, vacancy, you know, embarrassment, things like that. Do you know, is this necessarily an energy, or is this maybe a person? You know, the swords. Let's look at what a sword does. When you swing a sword down and you hit something with it, most things will be cut by it, or you know, swiftly taken out. You know, justice is served swiftly by the sword, I think is the saying. I'm sure somebody can correct me. That's not a problem. I don't mind being wrong. So maybe this is just someone who is slightly just kind of straight to the point in your life. Who's at the centre of your reading. But is she a problem? I don't know. I don't think she's that big of a problem, because at the end of the day you've got the lovely earth sign there, so who needs the earth sign that's being all nasty and straight to the point with you? So we've got the next card out, which is another swords card, which is the Four of Swords. Now, the swords cards in general, I always think, you know, when I see a swords card, I think quite a lot of the time that the meanings of these cards can sometimes just be brought on by your own thoughts. They can be quite thought-provoking cards. So yeah, I mean, yeah, they can be real. Of course, they can be real, but I think in general terms, sometimes the thought of them is a lot worse than actually anything that they can do. So, what does the Four of Swords, sorry, talk about? Well, it talks about maybe needing to take a rest or resting. Talks about solitude, maybe needing to retreat from something for a little while. I suppose in if you were wanting to tie this up, it's not a love reading by any means, but if you were wanting to tie this up to sort of a love situation, it could be, tell you what, why don't we just like, I don't know, I'll go on holiday with the girls, you go on holiday with the boys, and see each other in a week to 10 days or something like that. Just maybe taking a break from each other, taking a break from something, or do you know what? You've put too much paperwork on my desk. I'm getting sick of it. I'm going on holiday. Nothing you can do about it. You're due me 50 days anyway because I've been working so hard. It could be something along those lines. It can also be a card to be vigilant. To be vigilant. And what could you want to be vigilant of? This character. Be vigilant if she's around. Just, try not to let her get to you. Or him. Try not to let them get to you. If there's somebody's this character, don't let them get to you. That's the message I think that's singing loud and clear there. Down the bottom line here we have the Emperor. Empress, beg your pardon. Now, would-de-woo, the Empress. Now, she's fecund. Oh, she's lovely, she's beautiful. She is ruled by Venus, so Venus is the planet of beauty and all things lovely like that. She's also, talks about fruitfulness, action, initiative. Can also be a card of the mother as well. It can be pregnancy as well. So if any of you Sagittarius are looking to get pregnant, then this could be a good omen for that. And good luck to you. Nothing better than children. Until they start talking. That's another story. So yeah, the Empress, yeah, again, can be your mother. It can be you as a mother. Or it can sometimes mean as well they need to look after children as well. But I'm really kind of scraping the barrel of all the kind of meanings here. Right. The Five of Cups. Oh, it's the crying over spilt milk card. Oh no. 3 of my cups have been knocked over. What am I going to do? I'm going to turn around and pick up the 2 I've still got and get on my merry way. It is. It's really. It's a card of. It's a card of like. Not everything's lost. It's like, okay, something's spilled, but it's not lost. There is something there still to be had. You've just got to kind of turn around and see it for yourself. Definitely what the card means. It can also mean that something's not meeting your expectations as well. The 5 of Cups, and I will put together a story, but I do want you to understand that stories are all very fair and well, but they're not gonna. The story I'm going to come up with isn't going to necessarily fit your life. It's just to give you an example of what the cards can be saying as a whole. So please don't take it by the letter that's what's going on in your life. If you're happily married, that you're going to have this big adversity. No, it's not the way at all. Everyone's got free will, and these energies don't always affect everyone. I believe that your moon and rising sign as well in your chart very much plays a big part as well. So, because not every Sagittarius is exactly the same. Definitely not every single person is exactly the same. It's the same kind of rule there. And I'm babbling again, I'm sorry. So here we have the Empress's husband, the Emperor, and I tell you what, this is incredible, because these are both major arcana, and they both appeared out in your reading, which is superb. So this is the Emperor. Talks about stability, power. It can be a great aid. Stability, power, and can be a great aid to you. Also can be a father figure, father of children. Could be you as a father. It could be, having if you look at him sitting on his throne in all his glory, he's not really worried about anything, is he? He's very, very, very just, I know what I'm doing here, I'm in control, I'm the cream of the crop. Same with the Empress as well. She knows she's gorgeous, she knows she's beautiful. And I know you Sagittarius women out there are all beautiful, and you Sagittarius men are all lovely too. Now we're crossing boundaries here, I do apologise. So, okay, cards that jumped out when I was shuffling. Luckily, I noticed one of them that had actually fallen on the floor, which was good. I don't know what made me look on the floor, but it had fallen on the floor. So we've got the King of Coins, and again, we've got the King and Queen. So to me now, I'm seeing in this reading that there's like an alliance, there's like a possible sort of husband and wife situation going on here. Like I've mentioned, I don't see any heartbreak cards, I don't see anything too painful here. I'm not saying for 1 minute that, you know, anyone watching this video is not going through heartbreak just now, and if you are, you know, things will get better, okay? Maybe not always the way you want them, but they will get better. Anyway, I'm rambling again, I'm terrible at this. So the King of Coins, yep, he is again intelligent in business, so maybe this card's here to pair up with the Queen of Wands. Maybe this is what's on the periphery for you. You know, pair up with the King of Coins. He's good at maths, he's good intelligent, he's down to earth, he's grounded, hard working king. Maybe he's just needing to pair up with you. There's a thought. But it doesn't necessarily mean in a love. It can be just like in an alliance. You know, two business partners, something along those lines. Two business partners come together, could really shake your foundations and take you to great heights. There's always a possibility. The next card that jumped out was the Strength card. Now this is the card of Leo, one of your sister signs. Leo, a lot of time for Leo. Leo is about power, energy, action and courage. So yeah, definitely. Action and courage. What am I saying here? Be vigilant. Watch out for this person here. And have the action and courage. You know, have the courage to, or the strength to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to put up with this. You know, that's kind of, you've got to have that. You've got to have that. If there's someone there that's a bit of a nasty character, you've sometimes just got to have the courage to either stand up to them, walk away from them. You know, don't get yourself in trouble. Don't get yourself in any bother. Always try and take the high ground in my view. So don't go out and deliberately go out your way, but just, you know, bear in mind, be vigilant about this person, but have the strength to do what you need to do to overcome that situation. That's what that says to me. Down the bottom line here. Okay, so we've got the Empress separated by the Five of Coins to the Emperor. That tells a slightly sad story to me. You know, I don't know. Can we look at that? I'm gonna give you a wee story on that and just compare it to like a married couple. You know, maybe, yeah, married couple. And it doesn't mean it's a married couple. I'm just gonna give you a story on that. It's a married couple. They've been together for a long time. They're both mature. You know, the kids have all gone up and fled the nest, and they suddenly realise, well, there's something really missing here. Do you know, this isn't meeting my expectations. I thought when the kids all left we would be, you know, we'd have a lot more time for each other, stuff like that, and, you know, it does tell quite a sad story, that. But it does also say as well, though, the Five of Cups. It says, do you know what, all's not lost, okay, the kids have gone, that's the cups that have spilt, they're away, but look what we've got now. We've got time, we can actually go on that holiday we wanted to go on, we can, you know, we can buy the car, or, you know, do the renovations that we want to do, or maybe move into a smaller house. Again, there's no cards of movements here or that, because it is a general reading, general energies, so, you know, it's not specific to any one person, but it was just to try and put a wee story in there for you. You know, the Tower card shaking up might need you know, the Tower card might come in, shake your foundations, you might need to take a wee rest from something, or for a situation, and then, you know, this person might come in and aid you. This person might come to your aid. You know, father figure, give good advice, be, you know, by your side and, you know, get you through it. you know, looking down this line here as well, you've got the Queen of Coins, which is, you know, generosity. Oh, sorry, that's the Pope card. I picked up the wrong one. I wasn't looking. The Pope card is about, you know, the alliance, the goodness, the inspiration, the marriage, and then you've got the generosity and the security from that, and then you've got the, you know, feeling beautiful about that. You know, that's very much what it means, feeling fruitful, or maybe this marriage is generosity, and it's going to lead to you wanting to have children, or you know that sort of thing. So it's all very beautiful when you look at it like that. You know, you've got the good businesswoman, here. Okay, she's coming up against this nasty character who's trying to just throttle her every turn. But you know what? It's not all lost. She's been difficult, but she's maybe taken 3 of your cups, but you've still got 2 cups there. And you know what? You can do a lot with 2 cups. It's only 1 less than the 3 that you lost. Okay, just fill them back up and keep going. And you know, when you see this card here, Strength card, Emperor card, strength and courage, the person coming in to aid you, you're going to be fine, Sagittarius. You know, you're strong-willed and determined enough yourself anyway. You know, take on the role of your sister sign, the Leo. Be courageous, and you know what? Don't be stubborn. Accept the help. Okay. Well, I really hope this reading's meant something to you. I'm sure that the story will possibly match for someone. It's just kind of what pops into my head when I'm talking, which is a bit concerning sometimes, I know. But no, in all seriousness, obviously I'm fairly new to this. As I've said as well, I don't claim to be any sort of expert on reading cards. I'm just really starting out and trying to learn as I go as well. Just want to do this more for my own learning. So I'd like to hear some feedback. Please don't be too negative though, because you know it takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to decide to do something like this. So if you've got any creative criticisms, you know, obviously apart from the quality of the video and the sound, because you know I will look to get that sorted in the future. But it's been a real pleasure reading for you, and I hope to be able to babble to you again at some point. Yeah. Love and blessings.